More than a that, more than a that.
Join the More Than a Dad family by following us on Instagram, subscribing to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to join our Facebook group for daily questions, motivation, dad jokes, and new dad tips. If you enjoy our podcast, please leave us a review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Be sure to like, comment, and share our content with other parents. Last but not least, make sure you check out our new merch. The link is in the bio of our Instagram as well as the description of this YouTube video. We are truly grateful, and thanks for supporting More Than a Dad. Welcome to More Than a Dad podcast. I'm your host, Lou Mobley. I'm joined by the coolest guy in the world, my co-host, Dre Moore.
What up?
And we have a very, very special guest here with me, one of my old heads from around the way. What's up, Mel?
What's up, Big Lou? Dre, what's good with y'all?
What's up, man?
No, man, it's an honor to have you here, man, and have you speaking to some fatherhood. You know, we always start off, man, how's dad life?
Dad life is the truth. I almost did it. yeah, dad life is real good, man.
All right, man. You know, I got my $1 million question up, man. How did you become a single dad twice?
Man, I guess it was my calling, man. Either that or I picked bad baby moms. I ain't really sure which one it is yet, man. But this changed my life, man. It's a dope experience. It's been a dope experience. You know.
What have you what's been the most challenging part of being a single parent?
Time and sacrifice, you know. It's a lot of sacrifice, man, when you're doing it by yourself. Social life out the window. You do really work and make sure your kids are safe, man. Make sure they got a safe haven to come home to. Make sure they got their squares. Make sure they get their good life lessons. You know, your whole life just kind of becomes them.
What do you feel like, if anything, as just being a single parent, what part of their life that you feel like you wish you would have been more impactful in?
Great question. Man. Making them listen, man. Making them listen, man. You know, I got the goal, but, you know, sometimes when your kids don't always listen to you. They don't always absorb the lessons that you putting into them. You know, for whatever that reason may be, man. A lot of it might just be rebellion. But if I can get them to, you know, pick up what I'm putting down, man, they be all right a lot earlier in life.
I mean, do you think it's your approach? Was you supposed to evolve and try different approaches, or you feel like you tried?
I mean, you can always improve, man, you know. So I think I exhausted a lot of avenues to make sure that I'm delivering a receptive message.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, yeah, I mean, we can always do things better, though.
Right. No, absolutely.
Yeah, that's big. It's a receptive message because it's different delivering the message and delivering the message that they hear. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, you got to get through to them, man. You know, it's that's challenging, man. You know, that's very challenging.
That's true. That let's jump back to the beginning though. Like, what can you describe like your introduction to fatherhood?
My introduction to fatherhood. Okay, yeah, I was 19 when my son was born. I had just decided to go back to college, or go to college. And I got hit with the youngin. You know what I mean?
This story sounds like my story.
Hey man, it's real, right? And in that, you know, his mom decided to go do her. So, you know, I never really understood how, you know, you got a brother that's trying to better himself.
Right.
And you decide to just hit the streets and leave my young boy in all kind of crazy situations, man.
Right. Just stepped up to the plate.
Right. So, you know, that was my introduction to fatherhood. I really didn't have
No blueprint.
a blueprint or even a segue into it, man. Like, you know what I mean? Scratch that. Let me say this, man. My introduction to fatherhood actually was my baby brother. I forgot my
True that.
You know what I mean? That was actually my introduction into fatherhood because his father was on drugs. So he kind of just got out the picture, man, and kind of dropped that right in me and my older brother's laps.
That's important. You just transitioned that into your life. Yeah, that's dope. That's definitely dope.
Hey, well, man, you know, like I said, it's my calling, man, you know.
True that. So you was in school and you decided that you was going to be an entrepreneur. And so what was that process like? Like, what was going through your head at that time when you was decided, you know, at that crossroads, like I'm going to go out and, you know, make my own money, do my own thing versus you going to school?
Well, again, I mean, some situations I found my son in, man, were deplorable.
Right.
You know, so me running back down DuPont Highway, that was the Dell State. So me going back down there, my head wasn't in the game.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I knew I was washing out in school. At that point, it was just a waste of effort and money. So I decided to come on back home. And before I became an entrepreneur, I did what everybody else do. Man. You know, I went and got a job.
Right, right.
You know, but that ain't work out too well. That ain't work out too well for me. So I decided to pick up some clippers, man, and get it cracking.
True. So you went to barber school or you just like self-taught?
Both. I was already a working barber before I decided to go to school. So
okay. All right.
I went to school to just shore it up. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
And it's been a beautiful experience, man, for me ever since.
How many years you been cutting, Mo?
Oh, man. See, Mar 32. Man, I'm going to say at least 30.
At least 30 years?
At least 30 years.
And you still getting nice, is what you told me.
I'm still nice.
Still nice.
Always going to be nice.
Said he ain't lost it.
Not at all. Not at all.
No, just talk about being a barber in the neighborhood and like just being a staple in the neighborhood and having a barbershop.
Well, what it did for me, man, was it actually provided me that avenue that I could be there for my son, you know, on deck all the time because I was doing it by myself. So I didn't have that buffer of another parent to balance it out. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I decided to become a barber and stay local with it so that he would always have access to me.
Right.
You know what I mean? I think I missed a part of your question, though.
No, just having a shop in the community. You know,
yeah.
what did it mean?
Dope. Yeah, that was dope. That was real dope. It was easy because I was from there. Everybody knew me. Like I said, I was already working as a barber, all my homies. So the transition was actually seamless, man. You know what I mean? And what I enjoyed about it more than anything was the outreach to the community. You know, I got a lot of young guys, man, that actually I became quite influential in their life, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that part is dope too. I think I had made it up to like 3 generations.
Of cutting. That's crazy.
Yeah, grandfather,
that's
son,
dope.
and grandkid, yeah.
Yeah, that's dope.
No, you know, the barbershop's such a staple in the neighborhood. I just think about everything that happens in the barbershop. You know, people coming in and selling things, the conversations, the debates between, you know, rappers and basketball players, you know.
Yeah.
They are,
Barbershop talk.
you know, just share some of your favorite moments in the shop, man.
Oh man, so many. I was fortunate because I actually worked in the shop with an elder.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So he actually hung out with my grandparents. So that spectrum that we got to travel on a daily basis, man, it was just like mind blowing. You know what I mean? To say nothing least, like, you know. But from that, I learned too how to kind of surf the age groups.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I was able to communicate with everybody. So I had to communicate with dudes that be old enough to be my grandparent,
Right.
down to the babies. You know, it's too many conversations to pick one. Man. There's too many topics
No,
to
yeah,
pick
we
one.
see
Man.
that. All right.
You know, a lot of history though. I learned a lot of history about, you know, the neighborhood.
Right.
I learned a lot of history about just the world in general. You know, Mr. Joe was a World War II vet, so that
He had a lot of game.
fountain just never stopped running, man. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
So that was dope.
Speaking on the neighborhood, like you was able to actually, keep your kids out the streets, keep them from the pitfalls in the neighborhood, and that's something that a lot of parents struggle with. Like just preventing their kids from becoming products of their environment. How you think you was able to navigate that?
I was there.
True.
I was right on deck all the time. So like it wasn't a whole lot that could get by me.
Right.
And then again, me being from the community, like, my son never really had a chance, man.
Yeah, because they was going to come tell you.
Everybody know me, man. So anything that he thought he was going to get into, my little brother as well, anything they thought they was going to get into,
Right.
it got back to me ASAP.
True. So you was able to stay on top
That part
of
wasn't
it.
hard at all. And that was part of the sacrifice. That was part of the reason why I stayed where I was at.
Right. That makes sense. Definitely makes sense.
Should have chased them stars.
So what?
Should have chased the stars, man.
No, I just the nostalgia of the barbershop I miss, even just thinking about growing up, going there to get my hair cut. I remember first starting to come to get my hair cut by you. I was just becoming closer with Mar. We your son, we were in the same grade, and you were one of the only other dads in the neighborhood. And then at that, you was significantly younger than all, my dad. I thought you were a cooler dad. So like,
I was.
he was a cooler dad, and then, you let us hang out in your house. We'll sit there and play live and 2K and fight night all day. You had the piranhas in the tank. I always remember the piranhas because I ain't had pets in my house. I always thought it was cool that y'all had fish, No, but your house was like a safe haven, and just talk about why that's important, to offer that to your kids and their friends.
Because I know the streets.
Right.
I know what's out there. And it was offered to me. My mom made the house a safe haven. My friends' mothers, we all could always just go to the house, each other's homes, and just hang out. You know what I mean? Without having, matter of fact, our moms actually kind of demanded or preferred that we do whatever we was doing in the house so we wouldn't be out here getting in trouble or getting harassed by police and, just other negative elements that's in the community.
Right.
So that, when y'all came around, man, it was easy for me, and y'all was great kids, man. So like, y'all needed that.
Right.
Y'all needed that. And, I was able to provide it, and it worked out. Look at you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for sure. Even like, being with Mar on a daily basis in that time frame, like to me, you, like I said, you cool dad, you the barber, you younger than, like I said, younger than my dad.
Big Lou.
But Mar, you his dad. So like it was always, the lessons came harder than Mar. I used to be like enjoying sitting in the shop, listening to some of the grown folk conversations. And Mar would be like, not trying to go in the shop. Man, I ain't trying to listen to Mill lecture us about, Africa and these hieroglyphics. But it was a lot of things that, that I didn't do in my house that I did over there. Sometimes, we would have to run errands for you. And just talk about like being a single dad and having to have that relationship with your kid and what you were really teaching Mar by, maybe asking us to go pay the water bill while you cut the day.
Responsibility, man. Things that you're gonna need in order to sustain. Nothing is free. Let me say that again. Nothing is free.
Right.
So
Right.
You had to learn early in life, or my aim was for him to learn early in life that you got to pay your way. If you want certain gratuities, man, like hot water, you got to pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? If you want gas, that comes at a cost as well. All the entertainment, somebody got to pay for that.
Right.
Right.
And I mean, it gave y'all some independence, man. And the other part of it was like y'all needed to move around. I understand, I was a young boy at one time too, so like, I understand the necessity of having some movement. You know what I mean? And having a little bit of responsibility attached to that. So, That was my methodology for that. And I know Mar ain't want to come in there a lot. It was either them talks or these hands.
Oh,
You know what I
man.
mean? So I think he got the best part of that.
Man, that barbershop was like a time machine, man. You go in that joint at 3 o'clock. Before you know it, it's 8 p.m. You like, did I really spend all day in here?
And y'all mothers knew where
was a
y'all was
good
at,
time.
and
Right.
they knew y'all was safe.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? So
Needed
like,
that.
and you know, Lou, man, your family, we go back, we connected, we almost blood,
Yeah.
we almost real rap. My uncle, your peoples.
Wow, that's a blessing. That's a blessing. So what you think is your proudest moment of being a father? Like, what was you the most proud of?
I'm still waiting for one of my kids to strike it rich. No, seriousness, man. Just to see what my kids have grown into, man, and what they're growing into.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's my proudest accomplishment, man, knowing that they sovereign.
Right.
You know, knowing that my grown child, Mar, knowing that, you know, he taking care of what he got to take care of, man.
Yeah, entrepreneur like you.
Yeah. So, you know, and watching his progress, man, you know what I mean, is amazing to me. You know, my daughter, she's so talented, man, it's ridiculous, bro. Like, she got such an upside. You know, as a parent, we get to see our kids' upside long before they do.
Right.
True,
You know what I
true.
mean? You know, y'all gonna figure it out. Y'all gonna get to that part. Y'all gonna get to that part.
What are these days?
Yeah, it's coming. It's faster than you know, too. I don't think, but to answer your question more directly, man, I don't know if I've had my proudest moment as a
That's it.
parent yet.
True. You still going.
Right.
Going. True.
Right.
Since you brought up your daughter, what is it being like a single dad of a daughter? Like
Crazy. Crazy. You know, she, well, I'll tell you this, man. She went from my best friend to somebody I didn't even recognize sometimes, man. You know what I mean? That is a one intense journey, man, for a dad.
I can imagine, because little girls have like little girl attitudes, like
Little girls have big girl attitudes.
Yeah, right, exact. That's what I'm trying to say. Right, exactly. It's
They
like
got grown women attitudes.
right.
Man.
It's like it's crazy, and for you to just have to do that like to the neck is like amazing. Like I commend you for that.
Well, I mean, I believe in support systems, and if one is not there, I believe in creating one.
Right.
So, you know, during that time when it was that walk, when it was just me and my daughter, I just reached out to a lot of sisters that I know, friends and family, man. And I was, you know, first of all, I was honest with myself. I knew that there was going to be points of disconnect because I'm a man.
Right.
You know, so just certain things I was going to miss, certain things I wasn't going to understand. So I made sure that I surrounded her with people that could catch what I was missing.
Right.
And help her to the next levels of her life.
True that.
And then the mom, you know, stepped up and did what she's supposed to do, and she's doing that now.
I was about to say, you know, like,
appreciate that.
how about that, right?
I definitely
I
appreciate
thought,
it.
listen, man, I thought I was going to be so rebellious to that, man. I was like, no, here, go. Call me, we need some money, man. Leave me out. Leave me alone.
Yeah, listen, man, pops need a break too.
Yeah.
Did it take you a while to realize the limitations you would have, you know, as a single dad with a daughter?
I think it was organic. I realized it as she grew.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I always kind of knew that I'm not a girl, so like it was just gonna be a lot of stuff that I just couldn't even connect to.
Right.
You know what I mean? I think it started off with television programming, to be honest with you, man. You know, some of the stuff that girls look at, man. Whew. Bro. Ain't but so many times you can watch the same thing, man. That's rough, man.
No, but I want to ask you a question about raising Mar. You know, as guys, I think when we have sons, we immediately see ourselves in our kids and our sons, and we want them to be like us in so many ways. Is that something that you went through as a father?
To a certain extent, I always wanted my son to be better than me.
Okay.
Right.
You know, You know, I got this unique thing. I got both my kids happen to look a heck of a lot like me. So like, I got to see them. I got to see me and them immediately.
Right.
You know what I mean? But as speaking about Mar, I think I was always cautious not to set the bar too high towards him or for him. Even though it was in here for me, yeah, the bar was through the roof, right? But again, digestible messaging, right? So I think I just wanted him to know that he was special. You know, that he came from special people, and he had an obligation to embrace that.
Right.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's probably why he didn't want to come to the shop or he never had too many conversations with me. Because, you know, as a father, I think the apex job of a father is to put responsible adults into society.
Right.
You
I
know
like
what I mean?
that.
So, I mean, and that means you got to be sharp mentally. You know what I mean? So you definitely was going to get that from me. Definitely going to get the mental side from me.
No.
Right.
You know, I don't want you to get out of here without talking about the fact that you a grandfather, man.
I'm a pop.
Talk about that, man. What does that mean to you to be a pop now?
Man, I was thinking about my granddaughter today, man. I've been trying to hunt her down, man. Her birthday's in the 3rd.
Mm-hmm.
She'll be 7.
That time fly.
Yeah, she'll be 7. 7 this year, yeah. Again, man, one of the most rewarding things that I've ever accomplished, even though I ain't had nothing to do with it. You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
But
Yeah, I ain't never even think about it like that.
yeah, but to see, you know, another piece of you, you know, and watch that blossom, man, it's a beautiful experience, man. And you know, I'm a cool pop, so you know.
Got generations.
Yeah, I was about to say you got to definitely speak on the relationship. I can't let you just talk about the nostalgic. You know, Mill get in here and start talking about he started describing the sense in the air at the time.
Yeah, well, I mean, our relationship is cool, man. I don't get to see her as much as I would want to, as much as I should, you know, but she means the world to me, man, you know. And to be honest with you know what's funny about that? She kind of helped me with that transition with my daughter.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I didn't want to let go. You know what I'm saying? I want my daughter to stay that age forever.
Right.
But, you know, she went and got crazy on me. So, you know, I had a backup, you know what I mean? So that's it. But, yeah, I'm going to get her this weekend, man. But our relationship is going to be more and more dynamic as we grow.
Yeah.
Fact.
Yeah.
So what you think is the biggest thing you learned from your kids?
Patience,
That's
acceptance, humility.
Yeah, we need you to break that down.
Gotta break that down.
Yeah, you got to break that down.
I'm sorry. Well, with your kids, man, you know, they're going to push the limits, man. You know, they're going to go against a lot of things that you know is right for them to do just because they're your children and they're going to be rebellious to you to a certain extent, right? So you can't always fly off the loose end or force them physically or through overbearing measures to try to get them to do what you know is right or what they should be doing. So that's where the patience comes in at. Humility is because, you know, in delivering these messages to them, man, you know, you got to be humble with them, man. You know, you have to, because they're going to make mistakes. They're going to make a lot of mistakes, man. You know, some of it might be intentional, you know. But, again, with dealing with that, like, you can't just be killing them for every mistake that they make. You got to be humble, you know. What's the other thing I said?
You said acceptance.
Acceptance, right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you have to, most importantly, man, like, you got to accept them for who they are and realize that they're not you.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So, like, even though no matter how many of the similarities that may be there between you guys, they have their own minds. You know, they're going to do things a lot of stuff they're gonna do innately, like you, but they're gonna do a lot of stuff that's gonna be like, where did that come from? Right. What made you do that? What were you thinking about? You know what I mean? And you gotta accept that they doing it their way and they're making their own path. So,
No, I want to talk to you about your dad.
Mm-hmm.
And talk about the type of dad you had and how it affected the father you became.
Another good question. So, my dad, our relationship was pretty non-existent up until I was a grown man, to be honest with you. So out of that, man, it was just kind of tumultuous. Not in a super negative way, but it just was. He wasn't the dad or the type of dad that I thought that you should be. He didn't have a lot of reach out to us, man. He didn't spend a lot of time with us. So indirectly, as I grew and the older I got, I just realized that that's the kind of dad I didn't want to be. You know what I mean? I realized that I always wanted my children to have access to me. I always wanted to be there. So indirectly, he taught me a beautiful lesson in life, man, that, about being a dad. But then as I got older, man, he just changed. And he just started coming around, and I was never really rebellious to it. It's something I didn't really think about. You know what I mean? So I didn't have a desire for it. But I've always been a level-headed person, so, and I've always been accepting of people. So I realized that at that particular point in time, that relationship was more for him than it was for me. So I didn't shut him out.
All right.
And as I grew a little bit more, I realized, damn, we got a lot of similarities, man. Not only do I look like the man, but, I move like him. There's a lot of similar thought processes. And, he helped me transition into, a better person, man. So I'm glad I had the opportunity to actually spend that time with him.
No, that's dope that you even said that, like, even when I spent the time, y'all had that much in common.
Right.
The apple don't fall far from the tree, bro.
Dang, that's crazy.
Oh, that's the truth.
Yeah, I'm going to show you a picture of my dad. I'm just going to bug you out.
All right, well, we getting there to end. So we do this game on here called Documented Quality Time.
Documented Quality Time.
Documented Quality Time. You got to pick one or the other. You can't pick neither. So since you are our first girl dad, quote unquote, we got some.
Am I?
Yeah, you are.
I'm not. He got a daughter.
Yeah, but he ain't a guest really.
Okay, I
He a
got you.
host.
I host this joint.
Yeah, you're just us. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
What are you more likely to get caught doing? Doing your daughter's hair or teaching her to cut hair?
Teaching her to cut hair.
Having a tea party or teaching her or playing catch?
Whatever she wanted to do. Probably a tea party.
Tea party. All right. Making a TikTok with her or snooping on her phone?
TikTok.
You ain't looking
snooping. Bro.
Nah, that's it. You said you ain't looking. True. That's the end.
You more likely to be caught taking her to the movies or taking her shopping?
Shopping. For sure.
Shopping?
Absolutely.
Why you ain't going to the movies?
She don't want to go to no movies, man. She ain't going to spend some money.
Oh,
They start that young spending the money?
What?
yeah.
Oh,
Man, let me tell you something, man. I remember Nia being maybe about 3 or 4 years old, and we would go to the store, and I would turn around, and she have a little cart already in her hand with stuff all in it and everything.
Oh, man.
And I say, like, yo, what are you doing? Who gonna pay for that? It's like 4 years old.
She
Dad,
like you is.
Dad, just put it on your card.
Yeah, they know you got cards
Yeah.
and all that.
Yo,
You're about to find out.
I'm not ready for that.
Don't worry about it.
It's going to be ready for you.
It's waiting for you.
I don't want no 4-year-old telling me it's gonna put it on my card. I'm so offended when you account for my money like right now. Like,
I'll get over that, bro.
Yeah.
oh man,
Get over that.
What Mill say? Acceptance.
Yeah. Your money ain't your money no more, bro.
it's a wrap.
Full
You
circle.
better put some in the back pocket. Don't tell nobody about it.
Oh man,
We appreciate you for coming through and holding us down, Mill. Definitely appreciate you.
I appreciate the invite, man. Y'all doing a great thing here, man. You know what I mean? I've been checking y'all out on social media, killing it. I like the way y'all advertising,
we appreciate
killing
it.
it. Nice, diverse palette of fathers. And you know what, man? It's necessary.
Definitely.
And y'all necessary, so I appreciate both of y'all, man.
Definitely.
Well, thanks, Mel, man. It's a wrap.
Until next time.
Until next time.
More than a dot, more than a dot.